Well, it's dinner time, and I have mostly blue skies. There's a few gray ones around, but I'm gonna risk having the fire out here because I can't have the fire under the tarp in the deep organics there. So we got everything ready here. Got the fireplace fixed up. Got my spruce twigs. There's no birch bark at all on this campsite, but on the portage there's birch trees, and I just picked this stuff off the ground. It's a little bit wet, but it'll go. And got my wood selection there. Sticks and split black spruce. I'll show you how I start a fire on wet substrate. I would do this a little differently if it was dry, but that's wet there. So I've got two little stringer splits, and this is going to keep my tinder and kindling up off the wet, but it's still going to allow airflow underneath. And of course, if you've seen my old videos, I make my fire sets with an open side for low air draw and also getting at the fire and tending it. So anyways, I'm up off the ground, and I'm going to make a little platform of sticks to put my birch bark on and my spruce boughs. It's not that wet, and I could actually get away without doing this, but I'll show you my formal way of doing this just so that you can see. Okay, that's good enough. Now this birch bark here that I collected off the forest floor is wet. So I'm going to ignite it rather than take wet scrapings. I'm going to use the ferro rod today. I got a lighter in my pocket, of course, but I need to stay in practice with the ferro rod. But rather than scrape up this wet stuff, I'm going to use my tinder tube, which is, if you haven't seen it before, it's a brass tube, and this is braided jute twine that's waxed, and I'll just fluff up the end there. Get my ferro rod out on my lanyard. I got a quick detach on the lanyard there. I like to fluff up the end of the tinder tube with the striker. Get it really fine because it's all matted together with paraffin wax. This braided jute was hot dipped in paraffin wax. So you want a lot of surface area. Okay, so get that ready. I should have had this bag out open to dry. So this is all wet, damp birch bark, but that'll go. And I won't need much because I got really dry spruce twigs. So I'll put these aside for now. Okay, so some of you have seen this rig, some of you haven't. Got a lot of corrosion on here, so I'll just clean it off. Okay. There's different ways to hold this. You can hold it like so. And I'll try not to block the camera here. There, got a good strike. And now there's no rush. I'm going to put this where I can see it, right there, so I won't lose it. Yeah, this is quite wet, and it's not taken very well, but That's good. I'll snuff that out and we'll put the spruce twigs on. And that is all there is to it, really. So I'm getting a nice draw right underneath it, and that's helped by the way I've got the rocks set. This is too springy to put my grill on yet, but I'll just get it going. It'll burn down in a minute or two, and I can put my grill on and get the water going. All done. Don't forget your tools, put them away first. So that quick flare up was not because of the birch bark, that was because of the spruce twigs. Dry spruce twigs are amazing. And this just stores away in this tin like so. You can get dozens and dozens and dozens of lights. I haven't used it up. Now we can feed in our splits and sticks. Of course, these were all prepped before. They were all broken up and stacked, ready to go. And I forgot to cut myself a pot stick, but this will do. That's all there is to it.